and Egypt brokered ceasefires come into effect in and around the Gaza Strip after 5 days of cross-border exchanges between Israeli and Palestinian militant groups. The ceasefire took effect at 10 p.m. local time on Saturday with a last-minute burst of rocket fire and Israeli airstrikes stretching several minutes past the deadline. Cairo called on all sides to adhere to the agreement. A statement from the Israeli Prime Minister's office expressed Israel's appreciation for Egypt's vigorous efforts to bring about a ceasefire. The ceasefire came as fighting entered the fifth day after Israeli strikes on Gaza killed 3 leading Islamic Jihad members on Tuesday. Stephanie Freed reports from Tel Aviv.
Israel and the Islamic Jihad in Gaza are in ceasefire mode. That's as of Saturday night. The two sides, according to officials, agreed to a ceasefire, and that comes after 5 days of an intense escalation, an escalation that saw around 400 Israel airstrikes on Gaza, more than 1,200 projectiles, rockets, mortars fired from the Gaza Strip onto Israel's cities. More than 30 people killed in Gaza, 2 people killed in Israel, and collectively more than 130 people injured on both sides. Egypt brokered this ceasefire. Egypt generally brokers ceasefires when there are escalations between Gaza and Israel. And in terms of what the terms are of this agreement, well, what we know is that really the only terms are quiet for quiet, no firing on each other. For now, that is holding, but for now, that's the operative word in this entire scenario, because these escalations between Gaza and Israel are sporadic, and the understanding from all sides, from politicians, from military, and civilians, and that's on both sides, is that this is temporary. This is a ceasefire agreement among a long successive line of ceasefire agreements in escalations between the two sides, and it's just a matter of time until the next escalation. One thing to note here, however, is that Hamas, that controls the Gaza Strip, they weren't involved in this specific fight with Israel, and generally these escalations are between Hamas and Israel. This time it was the Islamic Jihad militant group in Gaza, and that group vies for power with Hamas in Gaza. Hamas sat this fight out, or sat this round out, but for now, again, there is a ceasefire in place. Stephanie Freed, CGTN, Tel Aviv.